Joslyn-Raphael, back with another video. Yeah, not really. This isn't really a video, but, well, of me saying anything. Anyway, so this video is kind of like my toe surgery. So I got surgery on both my feet because I had ingrown toenails. Thanks to my family. I hate all of you with my deepest loving heart. Anyway, sorry for the noise, it's raining. But anyway, with this video, the reason why I'm posting this is because my foot doctor, he said I need to post it on YouTube to show that there's really not much blood. To show that there's really not that much blood in like ingrown toe surgery or foot surgery as people make it out to be on YouTube or social media, because people like to be lunatics and be crazy. That's me. So, but fair warning, if you do not like feet, if you do not like toes, if you do not like doctors, or you do not like blood, there's really not that much blood. But if you're a girl, you should be able to handle it because you get periods. So, guys, I don't really care. Man up. But no, this, I don't know why, but before I left, I promised I'd post it on my YouTube. And I had a YouTube video idea. Someone gave me an idea, but it's going to take me a while to actually comprehend that stuff. So, fair warning, like I said, if you do not like feet, if you do not like toes, if you do not like doctors, if you do not like blood, I recommend you X out this video and peep the conversation we have during the video.
Not to move, okay?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I know, right? It's gonna get really,
Oh
really
god,
cold.
that's so cold.
I know.
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1. Little tiny sting. You okay?
Yeah.
Am I killing you?
No.
Good.
I'm used to this kind of like needles. Oh, this is so interesting.
I usually will give an injection very slow. It's going to take forever to give you all 4 of these. But if I go really slow, then you don't have to feel hardly anything.
Yeah, I can tell.
If we were patient and we just go really slow and we just do this nice and easy, you don't have to scream and yell and kick and, oh my God, create all these phobias that people have with needles. It doesn't have to hurt that bad. I mean, you'll feel a little bit, right?
Yeah, I feel a little bit, but I'm like, it's fine.
But nothing more that you'd have to, kick me in the face over here with this one, right?
No, I got self-control. I hope I have self-control, right?
A little bit.
You're good.
It just tickles. I don't know why. It just tickles.
That's fine.
I'm very ticklish on my feet.
But that's all right. See, we're just going a little bit slower, and see, it'll just go advance. And
I can see it swelling out.
Yeah, we're gonna put all this fluid in there.
That's
And
crazy.
we're gonna
It
numb
like
up
tickles. It just
Does it?
tickles.
Good.
Wow.
And we're gonna numb up all the peripheral nerves that are coming into here. We just slowly go in. I guarantee you they didn't do this at the pediatrician.
No, they didn't. They literally like yanked it off.
Wow.
It hurt so bad.
Who's your pediatrician?
Dr. Gupta, but it happened when I was like 8 or 9.
Dr.
Oh,
who?
wow.
Dr. who?
Gupta?
Gupta? Oh.
Yeah, she had a couple people. I was a little kid, so I'm squirming around and I'm screaming. And then I almost passed out when I saw like the toe off. I was like,
Yeah, see, that just creates all these phobias. When I have a kid like that, I'll say, if you can't do an injection, that's okay. We'll go to the surgery center. They'll give you a little bit of gas, and then you roll your eyes up into your head, and then I can give you an injection and do what we need to do. I mean, it's just basics. We have stuff for this. We have ways around this. You don't have to create all this anxiety and all this pain. And this isn't 1820 in the back, frontier.
yeah, I'm kind of used to my feet feeling like that because my feet or hands are always turning purple because they're always cold or poor circulation. So to me, this is literally nothing new.
Do you drink caffeine?
Not really. Once in a while, I'll drink coffee.
Do you smoke?
No, not anymore.
Vape?
Yeah, I still do.
Okay. So when you're vaping, there's nicotine in there, okay?
Yeah, I know.
So nicotine, that was one. That wasn't so terrible, was it?
But I was born with my feet like that.
Yeah, I get it, but
Yeah,
you're describing a condition called Raynaud's phenomena,
Yep, I've had
where
that.
the vessels actually go into vasospasm. That's not poor circulation, it's actually your thermostat.
What? I was told it was poor
No,
circulation.
I get it, it's very common. But it's not poor circulation. It's actually up your nerves. So your nerves are kind of going wacky down there. And the nerves are very sensitive to nicotine, caffeine, and cold weather. So Raynaud's is more common where in cold weather areas, of course, right? But there are times when it's 100 degrees and people are still getting these vasospasms. And typically it's because they're either drinking too much coffee or soda, something like that, or you're vaping and smoking. And for whatever reason, you as an organism, your body, I mean, everybody's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your body can't tolerate that chemical very well. And some people can, and they can do all kinds of stuff. You know, they can smoke till they're 95 and it doesn't give them cancer or anything. Your body can't, and it's already telling you that it can't handle that.
I'm working on it though.
And good, because I can tell you my daughter's 20, and she says, I don't know anybody who doesn't vape. I don't know anybody, and she's a social butterfly. She knows everybody. And she says, everybody vapes. And she said, it's just awful. And she can't because she has some medical issues of her own. And she says, I tried. She goes, I tried, Dad. I wanted to try to be one of the cool ones. But she says, I don't now because of, I know it's cold. She says, I don't because she would pass out and she had all these other issues with neurologic issues. The nicotine, rather, was causing some other problems for her. So my point is, your person, your organism, all of your body and everything, for whatever reason, you can't tolerate it, right? And so because of that, at this young
Stop
age,
looking at me.
if you can identify that, you should try to avoid stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm working. You know I'm working.
So the best way to do that, I'm going to make my recommendation, okay? You can taper down to a certain point, and then you just have to go cold turkey. There's just no other way. Nicotine has been so well engineered. It really has. There are literally not millions, billions of dollars that have gone into paying well-paid scientists and all their labs and doing all this since the 1950s. Billions of dollars to make this the most powerful addictive drug on earth. More so than heroin. And so when you think that you can just kind of twiddle it down, you can do a little bit of this, you just have to break away from it and just never do it again. And you're going to go through some withdrawals, and you're going to be a bitch, and you're going to be cranky and everything else for probably a week. And you're going to have headaches, and you're going to get kind of flu-like sick, and you're just not going to feel good. And that's what happens when people go off of nicotine. It's terrible. It's a terrible drug that's well engineered, and it's legal. It's legal. It's crazy. You doing all right still?
Yeah, I'm just watching. No, I'm just watching.
So, my point is, at 17, you won't have these effects. A very good friend of mine's a cardiovascular surgeon, so he opens up hearts and lungs and all this, right?
Oh, God.
And so our daughter, we got to know each other because my daughter was swimming and his daughter was swimming, right? And so you just sit there and watch. You sit there for literally 6 hours and wait for 20 seconds for them to swim, and then they get out of the pool and you cheer them on, and then they, you know. So we're sitting there just talking, and and he was walking around. I said, "You smell like Vicks." He starts laughing, and he goes, "Man, I'm sorry. I thought I washed it all off." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "I did surgery on this guy. Are you recording all this?"
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Your face isn't in it.
No, it doesn't matter. You can hear it. You can still
Well,
hear
I don't want
it.
to.
Well, you can hear it. This will be a good story for your friends to hear too.
I know. That's what I did. I just think it's satisfying.
So this guy says, I did surgery on somebody earlier today, and this person stopped smoking 17 years ago. And he says, I've known the guy for a long time, and he stopped smoking. He goes, he doesn't smoke anymore. But all of the inhalation of the tobacco products, right, the tar and all that stuff, your body can't clear that. I don't know how old he was, but he was going in to have part of his lung resected. So when they opened up his lung, he said the tar was just pouring out of they had to wash out everything. They had to suck all the stuff out. 17 years. The entire room just stunk up.
Wow.
The entire room just stunk the whole thing up. And so he says the nurse came and put some Vicks under my nose. under my mask in order for me to not have to smell it as much because I was in there for a long time.
Wow.
And they, it just it was bad news. So my point is, there are no benefits. There are no benefits other than people trying to give you this peer pressure that, oh, you're not cool if you don't smoke at this party. All you have are negatives when it comes to smoking or vaping. There is no benefit to it. Right?
Right.
In fact, it's not cheap either.
No.
It starts draining you financially, and there's nothing positive you can say about it.
No, there's not. That's why I'm trying to quit.
Good for you.
I don't need my goal is to be done by the time I turn 18. It's about 7 months away, so I'm hoping I'm done by then.
Good for you. But here's the other thing. You have to start hanging out with people who don't vape.
That doesn't mean it. No, I'm just kidding.
When's mom vape?
No, she doesn't. She's very
I
calm.
don't think so. So if you're hanging, it's no different than when you're smoking, right? If you stop smoking and you're hanging out with a bunch of people who smoke, you're gonna probably start smoking again.
Yeah, it's
right? If you're hanging out if you're trying to stop drinking and then you go out, and I have friends of mine who are in AA, right? Alcoholics Anonymous. And so they've stopped drinking because they couldn't control it. They stopped, they went through the 12-step program, and then they go out with these friends of theirs and they won't stop drinking. They're not conscious of the fact that this guy had a problem. And they keep drinking. Well, then what do you think it's going to do? It's pulling him back into it. So you know what? He had to find a new group of friends. They didn't get it. They were not aware of what they were doing to their friends, right? That was just such a selfish move on their part. So you're showing this to your friends who vape, they're going to say, oh, I don't like that guy.
Yeah, I only have I think one friend. Emily doesn't vape. Who else doesn't? I don't really hang out with people anymore. I'm just more focused on work and.
Good for you. Where do you work?
I'm a server at Denny's.
Oh, which one?
84th and Parkway. And then.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah, I love the job.
Just keep looking up.
I
said just keep looking up. You know what that means?
I don't know. I could take that so many different ways.
Look up. When you're trying to think about what you want to do, who you're going to hang out with, don't be the bleeding heart and having to save everybody. Oh, this person is she left and her dog died, and some of these people just love that attention, and they will bleed you dry of all of your emotional energy.
That's true.
My toes are fat.
Yes, they are. It's put a lot of fluid out. My point is that these people out there are parasites.
Right.
You know what a parasite is? Look up a
Yeah,
parasite.
sucks the life out of you.
Look up a parasite.
Yeah, that's it.
It's an organism that cannot survive on its own.
Mm-hmm.
It has to have a host, and that's these people. They have to have a host, and they need you. They need your energy, and you to listen to them, and you have a bleeding heart for them, right?
God, that's what.
My point is, look up. You want to look up at people, whether it's a boy you're going to go out with, or a girl, or you're going to have friends. You want to look up at people who can benefit you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is a person who's really nice, and they're actually pretty clean, and we can do a lot of really good things together, right? Not like, oh, I'm going to take care of you because I have all this stuff. It makes me feel better to take care of you, like a wounded pet, right? No. That's not a way to find friends. Right?
Right. Wow, I didn't know this was going to be a
I know, life advice. I keep your mind off the injections, that's why. So now I'm just going to wait for these to marinate your toes, and I'm going to be back in about 5 minutes, okay? Kind of defeats the purpose of doing it. Epinephrine and the local anesthetic to decrease the blood flow into the toe during this time. And it also allows the local anesthetic to stay a little bit longer. It doesn't get washed out as quickly. So I'll let you video this as long as you post this on YouTube so that these other people can see that it doesn't have to be so disgustingly bloody.
Okay, well there
Compared
goes
to the-
I have a YouTube channel, so you know
Compared
what,
to
I'll
all
just-
the other that you see out there, right? You see these on YouTube, they're just terrible what they're doing to these people.
Yeah,
Just
well,
pull your
that goes
muscle.
for my
Sure.
YouTube video idea for today.
There you go. There we go. And now we take this little piece out. We're gonna get right underneath there. There. And you've already trimmed a lot of that, but that's about 1/8 of an inch or so. And that's the amount that we're gonna kill.
Alright.
So we take this.
Insane.
So there's not a lot of blood.
No,
But we
no.
try
No,
to
I was
squeeze
bleeding
out.
the other day on this one, as you could tell. This one.
We try to squeeze out what we can that's to the left in the toe here. And that's good.
That's crazy. I
And
didn't
now we
even
take-
know it was get so long.
We take some of this.
That's crazy. Isn't that cool, Mom?
Getting to the root of everything.
There you go.
There's where it comes
Am
from.
I the only patient that just sees this satisfying? I feel like I'm the only person that finds this stuff satisfying.
No, that's actually not that uncommon. And right there.
Wow.
So we roll that around in there.
Crazy.
Can you see it?
Mhm.
See, there's not that much blood. There we go, almost done. Got one more of these. So did the injection hurt? Didn't hurt?
It just tickled me.
There you go. We'll do one more. and we're done.
So what made you get interested in feet?
Yeah, I hate feet. I don't get how you could do this.
Well, I knew that I wanted to be a doctor. I liked the idea of being a doctor. And there are a lot of specialties that are really interesting, and you can do a lot of fun things in there.
Yeah.
But you don't have as much control over your life.
Yeah, that's true.
And this allowed me to have a nice life, but still be able to go to the soccer games and baseball games and swim meets and stuff. And so if I want to be on call and go do a lot more trauma, I can do that. But if I don't want that, I can, make my schedule appropriately. I changed my schedule around so I would be able to drop my kids off to school every day, so I'd be able to at least see them,
Sure.
so they saw that Dad dropped them off. So I like that idea, and I would pick them up a few days a week, but I was in control of that. We're done. Now we're going to wash it off and dilute that medicine in there. And now we'll take a little bit of this.
How many years have you been doing feet?
Since 1996 is when I graduated.
Okay.
So 24 years-ish. And we'll wrap it up here. And there's always more to learn. More
Oh,
going
I'm
on,
sure.
And you find things that you enjoy and kind of specialize in. And everybody does something that they like very well. And, that's kind of where we're at. That's it right there. That's 1 foot. How about if we did one more? Excuse me. So,
So cool.
Do you find this pretty common?
yeah. This is probably about as common as a dentist filling a cavity,
Really?
Yeah. So we really should not be changing the visible part of your nail. We're just taking off what's underneath, taking that out right there.
Oh, wow.
About the same size, right? There you go. Try to get rid of some of the excess blood here. Blood tends to neutralize that medicine, the acid that we use. So we try to just get rid of as much as we can. And do the same thing we did on the other side.
Do you ever have people have, like once you've done the surgery, it ever come back?
It does happen. It does happen. It's not very often. Statistically, they say about 95% this works, which sounds really good,
Yeah.
but it also means that 1 out of 20 fail. That's 95%, right? But
I hope that doesn't happen to me.
no, but if it does, then you have to decide whether or not it failed because all of these cells came back, because this is what your nail will look like when we're done, okay? And so this will actually grow back. The part you trimmed off, that will be straight again because this part will grow out.
Yeah, I was trying to get it out.
Yeah. So if it does, you can decide whether maybe it's just a little piece that's coming out and most of the cells died, but there's just a couple that are creeping back in. Or maybe it's just really, really thin, and maybe your nail root was really, really thick and we only killed a certain amount of them. Or is it just that it's coming back normal and they just didn't die? This medicine didn't do its job. And if that's the case, then we do a different procedure where we would actually make a small, we do the same thing, but we'd make a small incision right back here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd take that flout back and I would actually cut the nail root out with a tiny little blade.
Mm.
And then I put a stitch in there to hold it all together for about another week, week and a half. And that would, and that works also, but it's just the post-operative condition is a little bit different. Instead of just having a Band-Aid and Neosporin and soaking it, you have to keep it clean and dry the entire time because you have a little stitch in there and this tends to get wet. So we want that to dry up and seal up and scab over a little bit. And so it's just different, a little more cumbersome. We try to stay away from stitches if we can in something that's open like this. And this is just such a more simple procedure. And with 95% success, you know,
Right.
why argue with success here? Almost done.
Interesting.
Hmm?
Interesting.
Yeah.
What?
I'm glad you find it interesting.
I hate you.
There you go, sweetie.
Wow.
That's it.
But that's it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little procedure. I highly recommend not to walk after those surgeries. I was told not to, and I worked, and I'm a server, and you know, don't do that. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, any more video ideas, go ahead and put that in the comment box down below. And as I always say, forget y'all!